Step 5, because of embarrassment, Peter began to deny knowing Jesus. Now, he denies Jesus 3 times. The first time is like so simple, like, Peter, what are you doing? You should have passed the first test with flying colors. So here's the story in John 18. Simon Peter and another disciple were following Jesus. The other disciple we know is the Apostle John, who's writing the book, the Gospel of John. So they're following, and we know they're kind of following at a distance. But because this disciple, John, was known to the high priest, he went with Jesus into the high priest's courtyard. And obviously John, of all the disciples, seems committed. He's close to Jesus. We know he's the only disciple that's at the cross with the mother of Jesus. So John, and somehow John knows the high priest. Maybe he was an altar boy in the temple, or, and the high priest probably is well aware that John has become a follower of Jesus. And so John's like, hey, I know the high priest. I'm going to go in. So he goes in to the high priest. He went with Jesus in the high priest's courtyard, but Peter had to wait outside at the door, at the gate. He couldn't get in. Verse 16, but Peter had to wait outside the door. The other disciple, who was known to the high priest, second time we're told that they knew each other, came back. He obviously went to the high priest and said, hey, there's another follower of Jesus outside the gate. Do you mind if he comes in too? And the high priest says, yeah, go ahead and get him. So then John goes back and he speaks to the servant girl on duty. So it's a woman guard at the gate. And John says, hey, I talked to the high priest. We're friends. And I can bring in this guy, Peter. He's allowed to come in. So he known to the high priest, came back, spoke to the servant girl on duty there, and brought Peter in. So now Peter has permission to go in. When all of a sudden, out of the blue, this soldier woman, this woman that's a guard, says, hey, wait a second. Now, understand something. She can't stop Peter. She doesn't have the authority. John's already got permission from the high priest himself that Peter can come in. So it's just a matter of curiosity. It's just a matter of, I don't know why. She just goes, hey, wait a second. Don't tell me you're one of the followers of Jesus too. Now, some will say that Peter was worried that if he said he was a disciple, a follower of Jesus, that woman guard would go, oh no, you can't come in. So Peter was afraid, like, oh no, I better deny that I know Jesus because she might not let me in. You with me? Well, the problem with that, though, is John's got permission from the high priest to let Peter in. This is so simple. This is so elementary. This is like walking down the street and some little kid says to you, are you a Christian? And you go, no, I'm not. So Peter's like, nah, I'm not. I wonder, I can imagine what John is thinking to himself, like, Peter, what are you doing? Don't you remember Jesus telling you you're going to deny him 3 times? What is wrong with you? Sin can start out small. It's amazing how Satan always starts out with small, insignificant stuff. I think of shoplifting. But all sins start shoplifting. People always start out small. They start stealing lipstick and mascara, if you're a woman. If you're a man, you steal a screwdriver. Baby food is one of the top things people steal. That seems so weird to me. Who wants to eat baby food other than... But you know that shoplifters start out small and then it just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. Lying, small lies, little white lies that grow. Sexual immorality grows. Dishonoring your parents grows. Skipping church grows, larger. Lusting grows. Satan is very clever. It's just a little thing.